Got difficulty connecting to Facebook Live. That's okay. Fucking Facebook Live. What are you gonna do about it? Yo, Corbleezy, what's good? Look at this dancing, tripping daisies over here. Tripping daisies. Gotta finish this guy up from EDC. Dibs. Oh, it's already sold. Sorry. This person bought this painting before he could even see it. It was a blank canvas. The dude bought it. And we got a little artist podcast interview live stream thing happening right now. So let's see if we can do this. Invite to co-host. All right, Danny, I invited you to co-host. I'm going to invite myself to hit this bong one more time. Hey, smoke it if you got it. Let's go, people.
I think we did it.
What's up, brother?
Set up. Yo, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Fuck
Sweet.
Yeah, here we are.
Crank it up so I can hear you even better.
Let's run it.
Sweet.
Well, guys, we are here with Mr. Sanzone. We're
What's up, everybody?
Hey, what's up? We've got a couple of paintings, me and Danny, so I'm just going to go ahead and start this one off with a flash sale on one of our posters of one of our paintings. And while we start the whole little thing here. Danny, you working on any art?
Yeah, I got this Jedi canvas right here.
Right.
And I'm going to do a little UV embellishment on it tonight on my stream. Or maybe even here together. I don't know. We'll start.
Cool, yeah. I'm going to work on this little Daisy character.
Is that the one you started at EDC?
Yeah. I was just telling Corbleezy here. He was like, dibs. And I was like, oh, man, this guy bought this painting before he even saw it at EDC.
Oh, that was the one.
Yeah, he was like, I know the other two have been pretty good. I'll just go ahead and buy this one. Or like put money down on it before you even started. And I was like, man, you're cool as fuck. I love when people do that shit.
That's the confidence that we want in all of our collectors.
For real,
just trust us. Just trust us.
Yeah, just trust me.
I was gonna say, if you do the Fires of Creation, you know, I've got the original, so I can show them.
Yes, sir. So, guys, check out this poster right here down on the flash show right now. Look at it up close. It's a cool painting that Danny and I did. What year was that? 2021? 2022?
It was a New Year's, I think. I don't remember if it was 2020 into 21. Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, 2020 into 21.
Yeah. No, 21 into 22. Maybe.
Sure.
Yeah, because 2020, there was no way that we were doing shows in 2020 New Year's. That was the illegal New Year's. It's illegal to do shows.
We did. Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It's 21 into 22. I did a few shows in 2020, but you know,
socially
masks on, socially distant, outside.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. Is there UV on the OG? Someone asked. Corbleezy.
I don't think so. Hey, Austin says, "What's up?"
Yo.
What's up, Danny? Yo, so Danny, go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you like to do. I could go on all day about you, but
thanks, bro.
Just tell us a little bit about what you're doing out there with your artwork.
For sure. Similar to Chris, I'm also a live painter, festival artist. Travel to tons of music festivals every year, sharing our art. I make tons of products. Also, like Chris, we've kind of co-inspired each other over the years. You know, Chris has been a huge inspiration to me. Just his work ethic and his fucking art is so sick. Obviously, you guys are here. You know that. But yeah, so I'm also a painter, but I primarily consider myself more of a digital artist, and I do a lot of drawing. Ever since I've discovered Procreate for the iPad, I draw a lot in Procreate, and I love it. Procreate's amazing. And make a lot of products from my drawings and my paintings, and try to kind of combine the digital and the analog, the painting. Sometimes we'll take paintings, and then Chris and I have done this with Collabs too. I'll bring them into different series of different digital programs and do a manipulation there. I'll add in drawn elements, photo elements, other digital elements, and put them together and create a finished piece that way. And then make tons of clothing, all the different products you can see on my website, which is my company is called Infinite Evolution Art. So infiniteevolutionart.com. Should be a link in my bio, pretty sure.
And it should be in the show notes right there too, guys.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I see that up there. Killer. And I also like my styles. I kind of like, I don't know. I look at other artists and sometimes I'm like, damn. And I think a lot of artists do this. You look at them and you're like, wow, they have like their style, this one style. And I've heard people say that about me and my art. But when I look at it, I'm like, I've got 500 different styles, and I like
Right.
working. You know what I mean? It's so weird how our perspective gets shifted that way, where like when you're the one creating it, I mean, I don't know, maybe some artists feel like, yeah, this is my, like, I fit in this kind of frame. And but I think about my work, I'm like, every piece is kind of different. I do work in series, you know, and I have like pieces that are definitely cohesive in a series, but
Right.
I sometimes will look at it and be like, wow, this piece here could be a totally different artist from this other one. And I always wonder if people, you know, recognize my work as like oh, that's obviously Sanzone art, or if it's kind of like, could be, I don't know. So especially with the digital stuff, you know, lately I've really gotten into like I love fantasy and sci-fi. So tons of my stuff, like the Jedi, like this guy right here. I just did a pin release of the Jedi's as well, which we'll throw up here for sale at some point. But you
Yeah,
know,
we
this
can
is
pin that
more.
right now. Actually, do you want to? Do we want to run that as something? Oh, flash sale. All right, I'm gonna run a
Yeah, I
flash
figured
sale
we do
right
a
now,
flash
guys.
sale.
Yeah, let's
Um,
start it right now.
let me
5 minutes,
grab
guys.
one. Let me grab one real quick, so I'll show you. Right back.
Check out his Cosmic Crusader, his latest pin that he just dropped. Normally 45. We're gonna do it for 33.75. There's 3 different variants, and I really love that one. I actually was there when he did the first version of this. I watched him paint it at Forbidden Kingdom 2020, long time ago, and then this version.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember you
It
painting
was
that
like
first
a little
version.
element in this big painting with a Jedi astronaut fighting a dragon,
Yeah.
and it was like I had no idea, you know, that kind of would start this bit of an obsession. I kind of have like a whole narrative that goes with it now.
Uh
Where the this so obviously Star Wars takes place in a galaxy far, far away, a
huh.
long time ago, right? Or
Right.
other way, long time ago, galaxy far, far away. So this is like, it's a little hard to see with this lighting because this one's super shiny silver, but this one is, this whole series started with like, what if humans here on Earth, Earthlings, had to encounter the Sith invading the Milky Way galaxy. And so they're coming in, and we at the same time have like already progressed and discovered um, our own connection to the Force and lightsaber technology. And so this is like a human Earthling Jedi from Earth, the Cosmic Crusader, who is one of the Earth defenders in this like Earth Defense
Wow.
Alliance that I've created. And so it's like we have to defend our own galaxy from this new band of invading Sith that want to take over and rule the Milky Way. And
Okay.
that's kind of how it all started. Was that?
Awesome.
Yeah.
You put a
And
lot
so
into that.
they're limited edition. They're UV. Here, let me turn this off, and I'll see if I can get a little. You can actually probably see it a little better without that on, but so it's also
It
UV reactive.
glows.
It all glows. Blue glow on his vestments and his lightsaber.
Nice.
And I have 3 variants of this. There's the OG Jedi, which is the blue lightsaber. There's the Padawan, which is a green lightsaber. And then there's, of course, the Sith Lord, who is not friendly, and he has the red lightsaber.
He's got the red one.
And I had other variants, but they all sold out on the drop. I do have a couple left, but I'm saving them. We're about to do Electric Forest, so I'm holding on to a few of those for the festival.
Fuck yeah, Electric Forest. I've seen a lot of posts for Forest today.
Yeah, That's all I'm seeing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
all the artists they're posting their. I guess it's their day. That's their
Oh yeah, for the
contribution.
gallery. Yeah.
Yeah, for the gallery. So yeah, I'm stoked for that. How tell us about you like Electric Force and festivals. You do a lot of those. You've been doing those for years. How do you like that?
Yeah, I think I started my first ever festival where I shared art was like 2015. I was still, I think I just graduated college. I went to the Savannah College of Art and Design and studied printmaking and sculpture, and actually took like one painting class the whole time. But I did a lot of drawing, and like it was the whole way it kind of started was this. You've heard of the festival Tomorrow World or Tomorrowland?
Yeah.
That came to the United States for I think it was like 3 years, and they
Uh-huh.
actually came to Savannah College of Art and Design, did a presentation, and had this contest where you could get in to do an installation. And I did it, and I got up to the finalists, but I didn't get in. But I still
Uh-huh.
went, and I brought a painting, and I just painted, and like at my campsite, like nothing,
Right.
and then like just a few times did that, and then I did this tiny little hippie festival, and eventually I'd say by like 2017 or 2016 I started following around a music artist named Bass Nectar, and that's how
Ooh.
we met. That's how I met Chris. And
Yep.
so between that I painted for I think it was like 18 of his events, and some of them were like 3-day events, and met tons of artists, made tons of connections, kind of started my art following from that crowd, and then got into festivals, and was mostly doing smaller stuff until kind of like I'd say 2017 hit some bigger ones and started getting into live paint, and just fell in love with that like energy there. It's so different. Like painting in the studio is great, but it's, as you know, Chris, it's live is something else. It's the
Yeah, it is.
energy, like you're on, like you just feel the energy of all these people, the music. That for me is that's I like paint like a way better artist when I'm out there. It's really weird. Um,
Yeah, it's
and
motivating.
then obviously that's not like really sustainable for me, just painting at a festival. Yeah, I'll just sell an original here and there and sell some prints or whatever, but I was like, how do I do this all the time, and started making products. And I remember that my first like product that I made was a blanket, and it was a Base Nectar thing, and I sold out of, I think I made 15 of them, and I sold out in like 10 minutes, and I was like, whoa, I might be able to
Whoa.
do this. This might actually be a thing. And, it just kind of like fueled itself from then on. Every time I made something new, every one of them is not a banger. Sometimes you miss and you make something you're hype about, and like you sell two. But I'd never quit and just kept doing it and stayed committed to it. And over the years, just developed, a whole brand, a whole clothing line. People follow my art for my pins specifically. Some of them love the clothing. Some of them are kind of mixed in everything, and now it's a solid tour every year. This year's been a little slower for me to start. It's been the longest gap between my last festival and Forest, but I'm really excited to get back out there. And it'll be Electric Forest and then a handful of others all the way until usually ends with Halloween is kind of the wrapping it up at the end of the season. And yeah, that's kind of the way it goes now. The rest of the year is spent in the studio making awesome stuff as much as possible, trying to get some collabs in. I've gotten to work with some really dope companies over the years, make some cool stuff. Actually made a pin for SpaceX last year, which was like,
Wild.
as a sci-fi nerd myself, that was like a big feather in the cap,
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Hampton says he went to Tomorrow World first and our second and third year, and Ocho Evo asked, "Where do you live, Danny?"
I'm
Sorry,
in Florida,
in
good
Florida.
old sunny Florida.
Beautiful, hot, humid Florida.
Yeah, today was kind of like one of those first days of, not first days of summer, but one of those days. Summer's fucking here. It's hot.
The
Like I took
steam
a
bath.
shower. I went out. My girlfriend was feeling a little sick, so I brought her some soup. And but the moment I like got in my car and fired it up, you're already sweating. Like,
Oh yeah,
yeah, but it's nice, man. I wouldn't trade it for a thing, man. Love it here.
yeah. Florida's great. I love visiting.
What's up, everybody? We got some new people coming in.
Yo, 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 summer is here, he says. They know, they're in Florida. What's up, Graham Cracker? We
Where
got
you
Danny
guys?
Sanzone. He's here visiting, and we've been doing a little interview. He's also got a show after this. We're gonna go raid and check out some of his art, and he's gonna do some live canvas embellishment. Sort of.
Yes, sir. That's the
Fuck
plan.
yeah. So definitely follow, like, check him out, flag his shows. Danny's gonna be doing stuff on here too, and we work together all the time, like we're working together at Secret Dreams. I'm excited for
Yes.
that one too. We got that all confirmed today. So if you are going to Secret Dreams, I know a lot of people are. It's a big one. Danny and I will be together, sharing space in the vending area. So come find us there.
Yeah, if you haven't been, that festival's amazing. Like, I, it's hard to say. You have a favorite, but that might be my favorite festival.
Fuck
It's
yeah, we got a request. Austin says, "Throw more merch up, Danny." We're right now. We do have 11 by 17 of String Theory. It's another collab that Danny and I did. But
yeah.
after
Actually, I
this,
have
we'll
a
throw it.
copy of that right here. As a matter
Show
of
'em.
fact.
Danny and I have done a few collabs together over the years, not just painting, but also merch and digitally and all around.
Yeah, this one we started at Lost Lands Festival.
Yes, I love that one. I actually have the original up in my house, and I look at it every day.
Nice. Yeah, I remember you saying you're like, I don't know if I really want to sell that one.
Right.
I'll at it.
But we do have the original on the buy it now, guys. If y'all want to check out the pricing, make us an offer. That's a great thing about Whatnot. Can make offers on here, and we'll check it out, or just talk to us about our future. We do payment plans, all that. It's one of my favorite pieces, String Theory.
Yeah, I remember I was looking at I was like, let's do some crazy geometry on it, and then you're like, I think you were like, let's wrap it around the torus,
Yeah.
and it was like, I was like, okay, how the fuck are we gonna paint that? And like, and I remember I was like, yo, let me sketch it out. I'll use a chalk pencil, and you're like, no sketching, just go, just fucking do it. And I was so nervous, and it worked.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. It turned out great.
It's hard to see it in like artificial light, but this is a holographic print too. It's got this really cool hollow kind of fleck all through it. But in the sunlight, it's crazy. It like really pops all rainbowy.
Hey, thanks, Graham Cracker. Got the 11 by 17 of String Theory. Appreciate you.
Awesome.
Put one
Thank you,
on
Graham
there.
Cracker.
And
Yeah,
Camden says, Danny, you're going to be at Halloween?
yeah. I'm gonna do hula, but I was talking to our friend Anya about being in the art gallery this year
Yeah.
instead of doing a booth. Um, I love it. It's my favorite festival, and honestly, I like to kind of wind down the season there. And having a booth is great if you're in the right spot. Last year, I wasn't in a great spot, so
Right.
might just try that this year, see how it goes. Give it
Bro,
a shot.
I'm doing everything I can. Real quick, he's got a bucket hat. I threw it on a little bit of a flash sale, Danny. I don't know if you wanted to, but
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's great. That's perfect price for it.
so, hey, this is a very low price, guys. I forgot to ask him, so that was
Let me
my
grab
bad.
one.
But mistake sale right now, only for the next 5 minutes, if you can get it before someone else does. But I might have pressed the wrong button. But y'all get it. Y'all get it since y'all are here. We're gonna go ahead and let it run. Let these sales ride because you know what? You are watching the live stream. We love you guys, and we're gonna go ahead and do some crazy sales for y'all. We got this.
It's a reversible bucket hat. This is
Yep.
a design I made last year called Shadow Spectrum, and so you got the full color side, pretty universal fit. I have a medium to small size head, but most people, unless you have a big melon, if you got a big melon, probably won't fit you. But standard, and then the other side is the grayscale. So if you're feeling like rocking a little less vibrancy or matching a black and white outfit, it's great both ways.
Dope. I love the design of that. I love the geometry.
Yeah, real simple, but sometimes you got to just force yourself to go minimal for I've realized for clothing design, and just keep it sleek.
Legit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Normally these are what, 30 or $40? Depends. I do them a little
Yes.
more at the booth, but yeah.
Yeah, we got to cover the vending fee. So
Yeah.
that's why I always tell them on here. I'm like, at the you may wonder why at the festival these prices are the same. It's because It's a lot easier to sell it on Whatnot than it is to get to the festival.
Yeah. But the good part is then you just give them the merch, they give you the money, and you're done. No shipping, no
Yeah.
fuss, no muss. But yeah, we got a steep ticket price to get there.
So I got a question for you. You got Infinite Evolution, right? That's your brand. Where did you come up with that name?
Haha, that's a great question. I'll try to keep the story nice and concise. I can be a bit long-winded about this topic. Um, so yeah, back in it was 2017, and it was before I had the name Infinite Evolution, and I did this little tiny festival in Miami, Florida called Fractal Beach, and
Fractal Beach.
I had a booth. We didn't have a banner up or anything. I did. I had Sans. It was just Sanzone art. Or it was before Sanzone art. It was literally Sanzone Designs back then.
Nice. I never heard of that.
Yeah, it's still my Cash App, believe it or not. And I still haven't changed it. But yeah, and I think there's an Etsy out there in the ether that's still Sanzone Designs. But
Right on.
But so yeah, we had good time, good booth, did good sales. It was great. And towards the end of the festival, like maybe the last night, kind of just decided to have a little fun. Took a little LSD, and at the peak of that, ran into an old friend who became my shaman for the evening and gave me some DMT, and that experience was where that name came from. Pretty much that experience. Uh, Long story short, without sounding, I mean, psychedelics are a really weird thing, even to talk about or describe, because it's such a personalized experience. And like,
Right.
I don't know, I don't believe that necessarily what you're witnessing or experiencing is like quote unquote like real, but it's a combination of some aspects of what your brain is doing combined with your own perception of reality, mixed with possibly some influence from energies from other dimensions, other realities that we just can't quite understand. But
Right.
under with these certain chemicals that our brain has receptors for, that are like puzzle pieces that lock in, kind of like opens up pathways that allow us to experience or witness things. So I left the earth completely and encountered like literally left it all behind, watched it all disappear in total emptiness in at the edge of the universe kind of. And there was three, the best way I could describe it is like three 9 to 12 foot tall, skinny gray alien looking beings. And I'll never forget the way their voices sounded. But they came up to me, they said some things, they like welcomed me, and then they said, um, your mission is infinite evolution. And they like sent me out this fucking wormhole where I felt like I went through infinite number of realities, like crashing through them, pain, like kind of like panes of glass almost. But as I went through each one of them, they got more complex and more complex and more complex until it was just everything, like all of the cosmos, all of my experience, everything I have experienced in every lifetime, everything I will experience, like everything, and it all kind of condensed into one point of light. And as I went into that point of light, I was back on the earth, back as me. And I was left with infinite evolution. And so that has stuck with me, and that's where the name came from. And I just like I took that as, okay, that's what I'm here to do. That's what we're all here to do, to infinitely evolve. But specifically me, I'm here to share my own, like my own little flavor, my own little view through the prism of life of what that means to me through my art.
Fuck yeah. I love that. That's so wild. That experience you describing that is like
Yeah,
very
like
intense.
I said, it's hard. It's hard to describe, but and that's the abridged version. Yeah, it was, it was so impactful. I remember leaving and like immediately after the festival, like calling my dad and being like, "Dad, I figured it out. Like I know, like I know what I'm supposed to do," And
Right.
yeah, and since then it's had a mind of its own. It's kind of taken me on a journey a little more. I mean, obviously I'm driving the spaceship, but as best I can. But it definitely, at times I feel like I'm kind of just a passenger.
Right. Yeah, I feel you. Like there's some bigger calling, bigger purpose
Yeah.
that's kind of pushing you. And I like how you said the experience could be connected to other dimensions and other um, things that we don't even understand. Because that's what I think a lot about, just in life in general, even without psychedelics or with them. There's a lot that we don't understand about our perception of reality, and
So
that
true.
that just trips me out how little we know about our own senses. About the light spectrum and all the things that are happening around us that we think we understand, but we're seeing barely any of it.
Right. And I like our brains are just interpreting it. It's like there's this, you could say, static, like existing world universe that we exist in. Um, but I kind of more see it as like it's not static. It's like the whole concept. Like you've probably heard, if a tree falls in the forest and there's no one around to see it or hear it, does it really make a sound?
Yeah.
Uh, as physics goes forward, we kind of have discovered that non-locality with atoms and the way they interact,
Right.
that not necessarily, like it really does actually require
The,
some measurement for
the
something
viewer.
to
Yeah.
be real. Yeah.
Eric.
um
Yeah.
which
The
is like, and I
perspective
think
of
that
the
goes right into the idea with
observer.
psychedelics. That's changing your consciousness, your perception on some level, to where it's you're like, we're creating the reality and experiencing it at the same time, right?
Right.
So if you influence how you experience it, then you're probably influencing the creation part as well.
Just like all of you on the chat are influencing our creation right now, and this painting that I'm painting and Danny's going to be painting later. Guys, check this out. Danny actually helps me make merch. I help him make merch. We work make merch together, and he helped me make these hats with linking me with a good production person and advising me. He's been making them. I put it up for flash sale. I just dropped these. This is
Damn.
the G Jones tribute variant. Normally $60, and running it for
Dude,
48. Thanks, Danny. Thanks for your advice and tips and
they
everything on
came out so
how
sick. Are
to
you
make
kidding?
these. Yeah, I love this
Wow.
hat. So we just have one up for sale. Like Danny said, we got a bunch of festivals coming up, so I can put a bunch on the buy it now. But I put this one for y'all for tonight. $48 for the next few minutes. Yeah.
Dude, great job.
Thanks, man. Yeah, someone asked me, about vending on a stream yesterday, and one of the things that really hit me hard, and I know I want to hear your perspective on this too, is just all the money that you have to have tied up in your business that can't be liquid for you to actually run it.
Yep.
That's insane to me.
it
Like,
it's
it's
so insane.
wild how much money it is there, because it's like you're like, oh, I'm gonna make this stuff and sell this stuff and make this stuff and sell this stuff. Well, no, that's great and all, but if you want to run a vending booth, it's like a store. You got to have your store like have stuff in it to be able to even have a, be show up at a festival. And then even though you want to sell all your stuff and you have another one, you need stuff. You just need stuff on retainer because it's got to be there in the store when people show up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my brother was just over. I was just talking about that, how like I was like, look, because I'm preparing for Forest. I was like, you see how much stuff I have right now? And a lot of it is carried over from like the end of the last season, because I always think at the end of the season, I'm like, all right, you got the cheddar now, you finished the season, but you gotta stretch this out. It's got to make, so I'll try to order as much as possible kind of towards the end, and then you just gotta babysit it, and try to, obviously sell online and this and that. But yeah, it's a huge investment. And I think a lot of people see it from, if they're not a business owner, or maybe they are, but they don't sell physical products. If you don't sell physical products and you don't travel with it, it's kind of hard to understand what that is, what that feels like. Cause you're like, at times you'll think, man, I'm getting to the end of the rope. We're struggling here. Like, but then you look around and you're like, wait a minute, I've got an insane amount of money, but it's trapped in in these physical products.
Right.
Especially when we do festivals, and you can't just have one thing. I mean, you can, but we're not, me and Chris, like vendors like us, we can't. I don't just sell, you know, shirts. It's like we want to make. I'm sure you felt. I think you said it to me last year, the year before. You're like, Danny, I'm addicted to making merch.
Yeah. Really am.
And that's how it gets. We end up making tons of stuff, and sometimes it sells out right away, or a couple months or whatever. But sometimes it might take 2 years to sell 200 or 300 of a product or something, just depending on where you're vending. And So that's a huge
Yeah.
thing, man. I think about it all the time. I'm like, you're okay. You got tons of merch. You just gotta get to the festivals.
Yeah. Yeah. It's wild. It's like you just got to be okay with having all that tied up while the business is running. And and as an artist who never really even wanted to be a businessman, but just like ended up being this because I knew I wanted to do art forever, and that was the only way to make it sustainable.
Yep.
I'm like, just it's all slowly realize. I never went to business school, and you didn't either, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, this is just how businesses ran. You need a certain amount of money tied up in all the things you're making all the time, all the things you have in stock, and yeah, it's an interesting game that we play as
Yeah.
festival vendors. I'll say that. Like, I was telling the person that was asking me about it, I was like, it's funny how it almost seems like when you're just starting and you're hustling a lot and you're making all that money on lot and like little drops online and stuff, it almost feels like you make more money at that point than you do once you get to the next level.
It feels like it, doesn't
When
it?
you gotta like employ people and have insurance and do all these things, like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
like
because you're not
all
paying
different.
you're paying for like one ticket back then compared to or
Yeah.
two tickets compared to a
Yeah.
fee and multiple tickets and like you said, insurance and all, and then
Mhm.
you got to like transport all this gear. So you're renting trailers, you're getting vans. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
whole nother animal.
Yeah. It's
Yep.
it.
And another big thing too, and that is like when I started out, I didn't have the concept business wise. I went to art school, which is great, but did they teach you anything about business? I took one business class and it taught you how to like set up a GoDaddy website and like how to write an email. And I mean, it was, how to make a business card. It was somewhat valuable, but that was it. And that was like, that's all your business training. And once you get into that more leveled up end of it, you realize you're like, wait a minute, I have to take on debt to do this. I got to get loans. I got to like borrow money to support the thing that I believe in
Reach the
because
bottom line. Yeah.
then
It's
you can turn
wild.
it around. You can turn that borrowed money, say it's at whatever interest rate, you're like, oh, I can sell and make a profit at 100%, 150%, whatever, and pay back that 10% interest or whatever. Which is like it took me like 3 years of you know struggling with it to realize like, wait a minute, I got to borrow money. That means I got to have a good credit score. That means like it's a whole different game.
Right. Yeah. From the Wook lot runner to the businessman festival vendor.
Yep. It's
But
not
it's,
not everybody's cut out for it. I
yeah.
have days where I'm like, am I cut out for this? I'm like, like
Well,
six
hey,
years
that's
in.
why I'm grateful for all of y'all here on Whatnot, everybody watching, everybody that's been supportive. This has definitely been a good outlet for me that isn't as stressful as going to festivals potentially could be. Although I love going, I'm never going to stop going. I'm definitely obsessed with that part too and live painting, just like you. So I think that's a big part of one of the reasons that fuels our fire is like, it's some parts of it suck, but it's way better than clocking in for a 9 to 5 at some like graphic design firm or whatever the fuck we'd be doing, website development bullshit that we'd probably the corporate job, that
Yep.
we'd be like, oh, at least we get to do some design or artwork. That's what I did before this is a lot of
Same.
graphic design. So it's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Some of that and some sales, and
yeah.
both were just like, it's a bit soul crushing. The worst part for me was waking up at 7 a.m. and sitting in traffic for an hour. That was enough. I remember driving home from work one day because I did it. I graduated in like 2014, but it wasn't until 2017 that this business started full time. And I remember sitting in traffic on the way home from work, and I lived in Atlanta, so it's Atlanta traffic, like terrible. It's like a post-apocalyptic, hellscape, and you're sitting in this fucking traffic, and I'm just thinking like, I would do so many things to not have to do this right now. I was like, all right, I got to use that energy to like make this work, to make my art work. And it motivates me every fucking day. Every day is not clocking in to some job and sitting in traffic.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
hey, we people that do that, I respect the fuck out of you, man. Holy shit, that is
For
crazy.
sure. And
Good for you.
sometimes I'm jealous too. Like you said, like you get to clock out when you leave your job and get
Exactly.
to chill and do whatever. And Man, some days I'm jealous of that because my mind's always going, like you said, I'm addicted to making merch. I literally wake up in the middle of the night thinking about the next thing I want to make and like not be able to go back to sleep and shit. So like it's yeah, it's an interesting world.
Get a message from our Chinese friends, and
Yeah.
like,
And then
look
you
at this,
check
I
in
need
your
it.
messages.
I
Yeah,
need
talking to
response
them.
right now at 3 a.m. And you're like, bro,
Yeah,
what's
they're
that?
real time. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
But
thank
yeah.
you, Ham Fam. I think scooped the canvas print.
Oh,
Retake.
nice. Fuck yeah, I missed that one. Thank you so much, Ham Fam. We're going to get that out to you. That's our collab. And we've got a little auction that Danny wanted to run for this Infinite Dragon coin. I'm going to pin it real
Oh
quick.
yeah.
Check
My
this
dragon.
out, guys. These are cool. Tell them about your dragon coin before we run the auction.
I can never get it on the camera because it's ridiculously
Yeah, it's hard with that
detailed.
loud.
But basically, this is I've done a few coins over the years. This is my favorite one so far. And here, I'll show you real quick. It's
And check
based
out
on,
the photo in the product right there. You can see it up close a little better.
yeah, it's based on this painting right here. Of this
Massive painting.
big old painting. This one is, I think,
Big boy.
4 feet. Yeah, 42 inches by 42.
Woo!
It's a big one. It's all UV reactive, but the coin is a 3D silver and gold version of this. And it, here, let me put this back. It's super detailed and double-sided, of course. 3D, so you got the dragon. Let me shut this off, I think. Look a little better. Yeah. 3D dragon, and it's based on the year of the dragon, which was 2023, 2024, last year. Yeah, last year. And it is silver and gold plated, so real silver and gold. The backside has this cool diagram I made that has an infinity sign in the middle, and then a bunch of symbols around it, all representing kind of balanced existence with life and health and wealth and prosperity, creativity, wisdom, balance. And around the outside in Latin, it says, fortune favors the bold. And then at the bottom, it says to infinity. So kind of the concept was Year of the Dragon, Dragon calendar, kind of based the design on the Mayan calendar and the Aztec calendar, but also put elements from the Chinese I Ching, the dragon, and then also I saw this article from Forbes magazine like a few years ago, and it compared Smaug the dragon from The Hobbit to like his wealth, how much money he had in the mountain, the Lonely Mountain. He sits on a giant mountain pile of gold and jewels and stuff. Compared that dragon's wealth to like billionaires, real human billionaires, and it said that I don't remember the exact statistic, but it was like Jeff Bezos owns over 500 Smaug the Dragon mountains of gold.
What?
Yes, like it's extreme. Like when you put it in, when it was in that context, I was like, wait a minute. So there's like an entire mountain of gold, and this dude's got like 500 of them. This is crazy. Like, wait a minute, how many billions? Like, so this coin kind of represents like that wealth, that dragon wealth, that hoard of gold and silver, and you know, there's positives and negatives to money and wealth and everything, but I just look at it as kind of a symbol for like the energy to do things, to create things. That's kind of what money, in its purest form, what it should be, not necessarily what it is right now. But silver and gold have always been recognized that way, and that's what these coins are.
That's dope that it's real silver and gold plated.
Yeah, it's plated. The core is copper.
Yeah.
It's copper.
But a lot of people just played it like plate, things like this with just gold colored metal. And
yeah, like my first one, like this one, this is not actual gold and silver. This one was nickel plated, which still looks great, but the gold and silver just shines much, much brighter. And this is the second coin that I made.
Fuck yeah,
one.
the infinites.
Yeah, and I do the same diagram in the back, but I switch up the geometry and the colors and the sayings around the outside. So yeah, that's kind of what that whole one was all about.
Dope. And that infinite coin, that one has like special features, right? That like
Yes.
So that was his first coin. It's an NFT project too, which is awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody who had, they're all limited edition. The first coin, I did a limited edition of 300. The second was 150, and then the dragon coins 100. And so as I do more editions of the coins, they get lower in the LE, and you get bonuses. Like, so if you have any of the coins and you show up to my booth at any music festival until the end of time, you can show the coin, flip the coin, and one side, the front side will get you 10% off, the back side gets you 20% off.
Whoa,
Anything you buy up to $200. So you
that's
can
so
actually
cool.
like cover the cost of the coin in the first time you flip it if you buy a bunch of stuff and save 20%. So there's that function, and then yeah, it
That's
gets
so
you
dope.
access to NFTs, and it gets you what else? I have it all written down. It also gets you uh, exclusive access. Oh yeah, you have exclusive access to specific items. So the dragon coin, there's a print that I'm working on that's like a hollow foil print that's only going to be for people that have the dragon coin. It comes with a little certificate too.
Right.
Got it.
I
Yeah,
love it.
it's kind of a way to give back to the community a little bit and
What's
just
the price on that coin normally? The dragon coin? I totally didn't know when I put the item up here.
yeah, I saw it. They're normally 50, so I was gonna do it for like a 35 or you know, on my stream. I think I have it up as an auction. So if you like it and you want to try to catch a good deal, just jump on mine afterwards, and I'll run an auction for it. And we'll start it low.
Okay, cool. So check it out here at the pinned item, guys. We have it down there, and we're gonna go into his show in a little bit, and he's gonna run an auction, and I'm gonna hang on. Maybe I can catch that auction too.
Hell yeah. We
Fuck
got
yeah.
Core Bleezy saying they're itching for an auction.
They're itching. Do you want to run it right now? We can run it right now.
Yeah, if is it easy to fix that or to modify?
Yeah, no, I can just run it. Where do you want to start it?
Start, dude. Give them a deal. Start it at like $10.
All right, we're gonna start it at $10, guys.
They're normally
Let's
50. So,
run it.
and it is like I said, a limited edition of 100, and
Limited
it is
edition of 100. Here we go. It's
pure gold and silver plated.
we're gonna run it for just. We'll just run it for 1 minute. No sudden death, guys. 10 seconds every time someone outbids somebody. Here we go. Starting. Boom. All right. Corbleezy says he's going to take it for $10. Anybody going to challenge Corbleezy here? This limited edition dragon coin. This will get you special deals too. If you show up with it at a festival, you can flip it and you get 10 or 20% off at Infinite Evolution. That's amazing. Pays for
Yeah, a
itself.
little loyalty program, you know, and it comes with the certificate of authenticity, which is numbered at the bottom with your number of your coin out of 100, and this will just tell you all the details of what you get with it, all the bonuses. We appreciate you, Corbleezy. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Corbleezy. 20 seconds. Anybody going to challenge him? He's going to get the deal of a lifetime here.
Quite the steal.
And thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks for watching the auction and just checking out Danny's art throughout the stream. You don't have the option. Oh, no.
I got the option.
Oh, Corbleezy won. I know. I should have bid
Congrats.
too. Corbleezy, you stole it. But thank you, Corbleezy. Honestly, Corbleezy's been one
No,
of
we
my
appreciate you very
players.
much. That's great, man. Welcome
Yeah.
to the Dragon Coin fam.
Yes. I actually already have one of those. So it would have been, if I took it, it wouldn't have been fair. But now you're part of the fam, Corbleezy. I'm part of it too. We're all in it. Dragon.
Fungi Focus, welcome.
Hey, Fudgy Focus. What's up? We're here with Danny Sanzone going through some of our work. I'm going to pin this one right here that we have. It's our Fires of Creation, and it's named wrong. Let me fix that name real quick.
I have another collab too.
Oh yeah, I have the dinosaurs and UFO behind me.
Oh yeah, I got
But
that.
I didn't put that in there. Oh,
This
and
little guy.
you have that lenticular from the one that we did a lenticular collab.
Oh, that one. Ooh.
I have that up on my wall, but like
You know,
my wall. I can't
I
take
think
it off.
I might have. I don't even know if I have one of those. Oh no, I have the big one. Yeah. I do. I have the one of one, or maybe we made two, but I think we just made one of the like 18 by 24.
Yeah.
And I got this one too. This is the Forest Fairy.
Forest Fairy. Yeah, I love that pashmina.
Yeah, me too. Down to the last handful. I'm glad to have a few for Forest.
Right. This is a collab we did, guys. If you want to check it out, Fires of Creation. I got an 8-inch by 12-inch canvas print that I will send you for $45. Normally $60 for that size. So catch the steal. This is a collaboration between me and Danny, and we've got a few others in the buy it now. Check out some of our collabs. Check out some of his merch and my merch in there. Just up for the stream, but then follow him and flag his shows because he's going to be doing some special sales and stuff on his whatnot too.
That's the original. Terrible lighting right now, and I'm not sure. Oh wait, hold on, wait.
Lighting
I think
is
it can flip.
everything.
Yeah, there we go. It's very bad lighting right here, but this is the original.
It does have some kind of. I feel like it did have some kind of special paint on it. I forget what it was. Maybe I'm wrong, but
I could check it for you. I think we used a little UV.
yeah, I'm not sure if we did use UV or not.
Let me look here. I'll grab my light.
Thank you, Corbleezy. Thanks for appreciating. Thank you, Fungi Focus.
Let's see. No UV? Nope. Well, maybe a little on the planet, but it's very subtle.
But if you are interested in this painting,
A
we
little.
wouldn't be opposed to adding a little UV for you. So definitely let us know. Anybody interested? We could always embellish it a little bit with some black light.
Absolutely.
Make it shine for you if you want to take it home.
This was
3
a
more
very
minutes on our flash sale for the canvas print of that, a little mini canvas of that same painting. So thanks, guys, for entertaining that. All right, Danny, I got a crazy question for you.
lay it on me.
If you could send one piece of art to outer space to make contact with otherworldly beings, which piece of your art would you send?
What kind of question is
How
how do I answer that, bro? What? Oh my god. Ah, one piece of art.
Just one painting or
Okay.
image that
No, I
you
got you.
made, and you got to communicate to the people above
It would
us.
be this one right here.
Oh yeah,
Toroidal energy. Here, let me kill this light because it.
that thing looks
No, I
crazy.
gotta keep it. I gotta keep it on. You sorry for the glare, but it's
Yeah,
a
just turn it
lenticular.
at an angle. Yeah, the ring light does it. If you turn it at an angle,
Kind of
the ring
like that.
light doesn't reflect it as much.
There, if I bend it, kind
Yeah,
of.
and that's a lenticular.
Yeah, this is a lenticular.
Nice.
Yeah, it's got the nice 3D happening on it with the spheres and everything, and it's an augmented reality one as well.
Tell us about that augmented reality.
Yeah, yeah. Some of my stuff, we're working out because it used to be all on Instagram, and they kind of changed everything,
Oh,
so it's
really?
not there anymore. Yeah, it's a bummer. They
Yeah.
had this. They had this. Spark was an app that worked with it, and you could like upload your augmented realities. But I think what happened was they were like, "We're not making any money on this. Why are we letting people do this?" So they just got rid of it because they have to pay for like the storage of the videos. Yeah, Spark.
Oh,
Okay, Bungie Focus knows what I'm talking about.
yeah.
Um, and yeah, so they took it away. So we're working on like I work with a 3D artist Brock Rutherford on the animations, and working on getting them onto a new platform. So, but yeah, basically it's like a way to enhance your artwork with an app, and you point your phone camera at it, and it triggers an animation that's like stuck to the image, and you can move all around it and see it from different angles.
Nice.
It's so freaking cool. Like, and
Yeah.
it's kind of, I see it as kind of we're at the beginning of it, where you have to use your
Mm-hmm.
phone. But soon enough, we'll probably have a pair of glasses you can pop on and just see it. And that's coming. There's
Yeah, we're
definitely
real close.
so. But that's what a lot of the my lenticulars and a few other pieces will do. Some of my prints too. But yeah, this one was my favorite. Yeah, I guess it would be this one, man, because you know, more of a geometry, little visionary, psychedelic influence.
Yeah.
Spheres with the eyes, kind of. This one, like I always call this one kind of a bit of a self portrait in a way because this was This
Huh.
was a experience that I had on DMT as well. Some
Yeah.
not all my art comes from psychedelics, but
No, no,
sometimes it does.
not all
Just happened to be the couple I'm showing. Uh,
of it.
but yeah, this one it was like I
Listen,
became
kids.
yeah, don't do drugs. Um, but it was like so this shape, it's like a donut, right? It's a torus, but this is like you're inside of it, right? And every human has a magnetic field in that shape, and the Earth has that. Like anything with polarity has some kind of a magnetic field, and it's in this torus shape. And I guess I kind of became my own magnetic field, saw my consciousness within it, and it had these like orbs spiraling around. And it was like judging. It was very judgmental of myself, but in kind of a positive way. And I felt that my energy was really balanced and like flowing well. And so hopefully that's what some aliens might get from it too, you know?
Nice. Yeah, I feel like geometry, like math, is more universal than words or, language.
Right. Yeah. Cause I'm like, okay, if I show them like a Jedi, what are they going to,
There's so much going
you
on
know,
there that we made up, but like that's toroidal balance is like so, you know what I'm saying? Like,
universal.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like every star has it, every planet has it, so like, okay, we could at least recognize that as the shape.
And it kind
And
of shows how we're all connected, like everything's connected through that shape.
yeah, and I like to when I people ask me about it, and I like to talk about that like magnetic field. Like when you're close to another human, you don't even have to touch, but if you do, if you hug, if you just talk to them, you're in their toroidal energy. You're in their field, and they're in yours, and yours combine. And that's why not solely, but that's partially why we get those experiences of like you feel someone else's energy. It's real. It's not just some woo woo shit. It's like there's science to it. It's like actually impacts how your energy field flows when somebody else steps into yours. And the more aware you are, the more empathetic you are, the more you feel it.
Yeah, I feel that. I think connection is the biggest thing that people need, the world needs. People to realize that we're all connected to everybody.
Hey, thank you, Fungi Flows. We appreciate you. Sorry your phone's dying.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, Fungi Focus, you're awesome. Corbleezy really likes that lenticular, he was saying, so you might think about running that on one of your shows coming up here.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah, I don't think I have it on mine, but before I kick it off, I'll add it up there.
yeah, yeah. So keep that in mind because that one's dope. I love that one. Um, what
Yeah, it's
what
fun.
time did you schedule your show?
Right about now, actually.
So if you want to go ahead and log off in here and then get on there, I'll talk to everybody and then raid into you guys. If y'all want to chill, Danny's going to start doing some of his own artwork and painting, and he'll talk to y'all for a little bit and maybe do some sales too.
Heck yeah. Hey, thank you, Chris. Appreciate you coming
Yeah,
on.
this is awesome.
Fun chatting as always.
Yep.
And yeah, y'all come over when you're ready. Give me just a few minutes. I'll pop this one up there, and I'll see you guys in a bit.
Fuck yeah. Thanks, Danny.
Much love.
Much love. Thanks everybody for watching. This is my Trippin' Daisies. We're over here tripping daisies talking to Danny. I started this painting at EDC and gotta finish it because someone bought it. But I gotta run another flash sale just because you are here, and we got some cool stuff from. I just got a whole booth's worth of stuff. We got 2 booths now, so I had to make this one work. It's an unwrapping of this space caterfly fan. Anybody likes cats and butterflies? This one's for you. Bamboo fan made sustainably out of my artwork for the next 5 minutes while I paint and let Danny get ready for his show. Thanks everybody. Bayou 1994. What's up? We're tripping daisies over here. I love this painting. I'm gonna put this painting on so many things because it's an EDC painting. If y'all don't know EDC, I know you're like, ew, EDC. No, it's fun. You should go. And we're gonna we're gonna make a bunch of stuff out of this for EDC Orlando, which is till November. But expect some Daisy merch. You can get all kinds of Trippin' Daisy merch coming at you. What's up, Made Weird Artistry? What's up, everybody? Hey, thanks for being here. That was cool. Thanks everybody that was here for the last little bit. These podcast live streams are really fun for me to do. I love the people I get to interview, my friends. hanging out with them on the stream, doing art and talking about art with y'all. We can sell some of their art, sell some of mine, and especially people that I've collaborated with. That works out really well, like Danny, and we can just put our collabs up here too. And thanks for all the support on the show today. Thanks for everybody that did fucking get some collabs. Y'all are amazing people. Seriously. I am going to Bonnaroo next week. If you are coming, please say what's up. Come by. Say hi at Bonnaroo. I got a booth inside and outside, so I'm definitely trying to be everywhere at the same time. Boom. All right, let's go see what Danny's up to. Thanks, everybody, again. Really appreciate y'all. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for supporting other artists. That's what it's about. Spread out the love. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way we can keep doing this. For real, for real. Appreciate y'all.